We did the project for Benten Technologies, which was a food tracker for women with gestational diabetes. The problem is that women who've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes have a hard time tracking all their meals. Some competitors in this space, there are really no direct competitors specifically focused on women with GDM. Is food tracking app.
So then we made user personas based on information that we found on online forums for women with gestational diabetes. The existing journey map is really basic because they go to have a diagnosis from the doctor, then they take notes on what their food is, and then they share it with the doctor. So we came up with 3 app goals. We wanted to have easy tracking, remind the user to log their meals, and we wanted to motivate them to consistently track their food. In 8 minutes, we did 8 ideas. We focused mostly on different methods of food, whether we used a calendar view, the possibility of using an Apple Watch, scanning grocery cart items, competition, and blogging. Then we decided to focus on notifications, use of a widget, logging, and dashboard. We managed to talk to someone who was a full-time doula, and she had given birth 4 months ago, so she had recently gone through the experience. Although she did not have gestational diabetes, she was on the cusp. So she gave us some valuable feedback on our prototype, and then also on what her experience and others that she has worked with GDM.
So our solution was to come up with an app that would help our users meet those goals that we decided to have them easily track their food and get information to their doctors. The first way we met our goal was to make easy access to give the users easy access to log their food. And by doing this, we thought of introducing widgets for the app to give them quick actions to immediately either take a picture, record a voice note, or type a note, as well as giving push notifications at common meal times to motivate them to track their food at the time that they're eating. We also really simplified the food entries instead of requiring a lot of information all at once. So now to go over the prototype, we'll start out on the lock screen where they would have a notification, and if they open that notification, they can quickly get to the logging their food action, which would take them immediately to a camera where they could also switch and maybe add text or audio instead. But with the camera, all they would have to do is take a picture of their food and save it. That would allow them to log the meal, and they can add details later or add another meal, again, to try to just make logging really simple. And on the homepage, we would have information about when their next doctor appointment is, since it's relevant to the food tracking and having to report back to their doctor, the calendar with the iconography, as well as the food journal that is visual and allows them to kind of see what they've done in the past. For future iterations of this app, we just talked about including information and ways to track their glucose level. We believe this is the easiest and most instantaneous way that they would be able to see how their diet is affecting what they need to be tracking. And so it allows them to see in real time how they are improving if they do change their diet, or how it might go the other way. Another future iteration that we had thought of was eventually this can start out as a free app, but in the future turn this into a more subscription model where they can gain feedback from health professionals and dietitians, and maybe even get advice and meal plans as they're going through their 3rd trimester with GDM. You may be wondering why we're calling this Hera's Journal. The reason is because Hera is the Greek goddess of marriage, family, and childbirth. She was also the wife of Zeus and queen of the ancient Greek gods, and we thought that this would be a great representation of their main goal, the mother's main goal, to have a healthy childbirth at the end of all this. So that's our project. This is the team. Myself, Andrew, and Eleanor put this together, and thank you for your time.